let's uh, let's start off with everybody. Someone help summarize what happened last time.
Well, Cliff got to meet some of his ancestors who had become the new, I guess, leaders of October Colony after that princess brought the, what was it called? The Old
New
World,
World Plague.
Yep,
New
yeah, a
World
strain of
Plague to
it.
their colony that ended in resulted in the deaths of millions of people, or
Yep.
hundreds of thousands, something like that. And they agreed that they would basically help us out if we brought the princess down to them to face tribal justice.
Yep. And you guys decided to comply.
So that's what we did, and yeah, she kind of got stoned to death.
Mm-hmm. And not the fun kind of stoned.
She overdosed on rocks.
Yep. Yep, she did. And you guys got, your distant relative agreed to for New October to rejoin to kind of reunite on the condition that their kind of traditions and everything be respected.
The
And
princess
yep.
the princess got so stoned that she died of blunt force trauma.
That's
Ah,
that's good. That's really good. Uh, but yeah, you guys got that, and you got a contingent of I think it was it six New October.
I
Hmm?
Thought it was 9.
think it
Oh
was
yeah,
9.
yeah, it was nine. New October, like guard types, to kind of join your ship and help act as a onboard security, which leads us to the next thing. Who wants to continue?
Well, let's see. After we left their colony, we took the princess's ship back to the Great Mothership.
Yep. Then
Then made our way up map-wise north. Not sure what that would be this way, spinward or something.
yeah,
Towards a system that was supposed to have a fairly large colony of a couple million, but turned out to just be a massive flesh heap. And
yep.
we got boarded, our nav systems wiped by, what was the name of that group again?
Gorham's Marauders.
Them, because they're trying to make sure that the perfected don't get into the core systems.
Yep.
We just kind of went back to the mothership and re-downloaded it, so it was no big deal.
Yeah, exactly. So
After that, we came to, I believe we came to this system. I do apologize.
yep.
I'm marking off 5 hours of sleep.
Oh, no worries.
So,
Yep.
all right.
Yep. You guys got into the KOI 610 system.
And the colony was run by the Three World Empire, right?
Uh, that's what you were told was the case when they last had contact, like before the isolation.
Yeah.
But it's probably a dictatorship.
yep.
No,
Yep.
not probably. It just kind of is at the moment.
Yeah, it is run by it appears that some other group has taken kind of control, and they're led by this warlord, Feng Shi, who seems to rule with pretty much an iron fist, and he has the forces to do it very clearly. And
Yeah, they're complaining of a rebellion, which we don't really know whether that's a rebellion of a small group or the original group that is trying to wrest back control.
yep, and he's asking you basically to what you can provide in exchange if he's going to join, kind of reunite with the Great Mother Mission and the kind of United Nations.
As opposed to joining up with the UPP,
Yes, exactly.
of whom offered him guns.
Yep, guns, ship parts. But there's also one other thing that he seems very curious about.
Ah, yes, the pyramid.
Exactly. And he told you a bit of a story, a bit of the history of the pyramid, that relatively recently, an earthquake, seismic activity, collapsed the cliff and revealed the pyramid, which suddenly these weird predators started to attack his people, and it was only when he realized that they would no longer attack his people if he offered up sacrifices at the spring and winter equinoxes that they stopped being a threat. So, yep, you guys know that there's a mysterious pyramid. There seems to be civil unrest brewing, broiling below the surface. But what happened at the very end?
We got a little show demonstrating the equinox and what happens.
So what exactly does happen?
They take prisoners who he claims are criminals. Of course, we don't really have any verification of that. And chains them to a post, and these predatory creatures take them and bring them into the water towards the pyramid.
Yep,
Have glowing heads.
yep. Glowing like deep sea creatures. They seem to be bioluminescent. So, that is where we
And
left
then they
off.
just disappeared into the night.
Exactly. That is where we left off, and that is where we begin tonight's session. So, you guys have just witnessed something rather horrifying. If you haven't already increased your stress level from witnessing this event, please do so now.
I don't know, mine's already at 1. I don't know if I did or didn't. I probably did.
You probably did.
I think I'm at 4 at the moment, so
That's...
I'm going to assume I did.
Yeah, you definitely did then. I think I had you all do it.
To reset it.
And then I also added some extra stress because this reminded my particular character of his first introduction, what happened in the first session that he was in.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why yours is higher.
Yeah, so... Anyways. What do you guys want to do now? It appears that,
Oh, he wants us to go in there? Where
Well,
those things
you
came
want
from?
someone to go in there.
he's basically said that yeah, he wants to unlock the secrets of the pyramid. But now he'll tell you, now that that's over with, if you want to resume your tour, I'm sure you haven't seen quite all of what May Colony has to offer. Guanting and her retinue will escort you if you wish to continue. You remember him saying that the pyramid was banned, like kind of entry or kind of that area was forbidden without his express permission. But you can see that the guards are kind of pushing the crowd back from the fences. Some of them are using their shock batons to take the particularly stubborn ones who cling to the fence. Some try to fight back, but they're stamped down pretty quick.
We could try and see this ruined old town. See what the old Royal Marine bunker and.
Yeah, we should get away from here before somebody gets shot.
Curious about this execution alley. That sounds ominous.
Okay. So, you guys, they're going to take you in a, let me grab it,
That is way off to the northeast.
in a Daihotai tractor.
Is it going to take long? How's rush hour traffic in this place?
What's traffic? They will get out of the way for a government vehicle. Or, well, you don't want to see what a tractor does to a human body. It's not pretty.
You ever had a guy? You guys ever have a guy just stand out in the square in front of any of your government vehicles? You know, and there's like a picture taken of him and it goes viral?
Absolutely not. He seems very angry that you even asked.
Nothing like that ever happened? Okay.
Nothing ever happened at Yanghu Square. What are you talking about? And just... So,
this radio pick up any good tunes?
just a second.
Something makes me think the only radio station on here is going to be Soviet wave.
Oh, I like this one.
You just hear Amos just immediately joins in.
I stand corrected.
It's got good taste. Give you that.
Anyways, I will leave it at that. You guys get the idea. That's what's going on. Also, I forgot to put the ambiance on for the environment.
That's on every radio station.
Yep, it's currently... It's spring, so it's very overcast and rainy. So... You guys pass the barracks. which, as you remember, there's a bunch of old military vehicles, and it consists of 3 buildings, all surrounded by a 3-meter-high wire fence. But as you guys pass and you see the intelligence HQ headquarters to your right, someone make me an observation roll.
I got it.
Thank you.
Okay.
What's this?
Yep. You notice that while there are multiple run-down vehicles, one sticks out in particular because it looks a lot newer and so more recent than these kind of other old, kind of not worn out, but like very, very weathered by time.
Can I identify, like, what kind of vehicle is it? Is it UPP or?
You can't, with the number of successes you have, you can't tell.
Gotcha.
But it definitely looks out of place.
That's peculiar. You guys see that? They look way newer than the rest of those trucks parked there.
Yeah. If anybody wants to make a observation roll, another observation roll.
I'll
Amos
do it
just
too.
got a success.
Okay. So, Amos? Victor, did you say you wanted to?
I can if you'd like, but since he already did.
Okay, so you unfortunately do not get any additional information unless you two decide to unless you two want to pile your successes together into what amounts to a single roll with 2 successes.
But that's fine with me.
Yeah, if you guys can kind of just like role play discussing your observations.
Oh yeah, that one vehicle over there definitely looks much better maintained than any of the others. Now that you pointed out, I wonder what's so special about that one.
That is when
It looks newer, too.
yeah, and now knowing that, you look more closely and you see a red rectangle with a single yellow or golden star in the middle, ringed by a circle of other smaller yellow golden stars.
You should have guessed it was the UPP.
This is the only UPP, like, actual piece of, like, equipment, that you've seen here.
Could that be
Well,
another
that's-
offering?
That's mighty interesting. I wonder what they're doing at the barracks. Maybe they're
Oh,
doing
they're at the
some
they're at the
field
intelligence HQ.
Oh, they're at the intelligence HQ.
It's also around this time you're so engrossed in your observations that you don't you're kind of caught off guard when 2 vehicles just crash in front of you. And the drivers get out, and suddenly they're just in this really heated argument. Which suddenly a shouting crowd within seconds has gathered, and everybody's being buffeted, and not Jimmy buffeted.
Oh,
You're
oh my God, guys! It's a world star moment. Someone quick, get
Yeah.
out of camera.
So the guards that have been assigned to you are aggressively trying to keep people away. But give me a second.
Let's steal the
Amos?
tractor and get out of here.
Yeah, Amos, you feel a note thrust into your hand as you make just a split moment's eye contact with a young woman before she disappears into the throng.
Huh. Well, that's peculiar.
Do you want to read
Let
the
me-
note?
Let me see if I can read the note.
What you got there?
It says.
I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. Maybe it's got words on it. Sure doesn't look like a tissue.
It says, "Things are not as they seem. You may be in danger. Find me at the Three Lions. Don't bring your guards."
Hey, Marty. What do you make of this? And Amos is gonna hold it.
Yeah, my guess is something about this rebellion, maybe. You know, maybe the warlord's enemies. It'd definitely be worth checking out because I'm kind of curious about this rebellion myself.
Now the crowd has
Right.
started to dissipate, and
Right, rebellion. Amos is going to eat the note.
That's great. I love it.
No evidence.
Now that that matter is settled, shall we carry on? She effectively she basically takes the tractor and runs over the two vehicles that are currently in the road that just crashed. Everybody's dissipated, but now you can hear the crushing of metal as the two basically small cars are just kind of just ground under the kind of multiple wheels of your of the tractor.
Well, remind me not to illegally park here.
Remind me not to park here.
So, do you guys want to try and slip away from your guards, or?
If I might ask, where are we, like, physically?
You guys are right, like, at the start, just about to get onto the bridge, crossing this,
Well, I mean, like, what vehicle are we in? I thought we were in or near the tractor.
Oh, yeah, you guys are in the tractor, but you were forced to get out, like, right in front of the, you had to stop, and the guards basically kind of ushered you out to make sure that they could keep an eye on you as best they could, though clearly it was not close enough.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
now's a good time to slip away. What do you guys think?
We gotta figure out what's going on here, don't we?
It's as good a time as any to get to this pub. We're already close.
Yep.
Let's do it.
as good a time as any. I don't want to end up I don't want to be sending propaganda messages with Morse code and blinks, so let's get out of here.
Okay, so, someone make me a mobility roll. This is going to be opposed against the...
Who has
the
a higher than
guards.
5?
Alright, I'll try it.
Okay.
Nice.
Solid, thank you.
All that rock climbing.
Okay, you guys managed to escape your guards, and you find yourselves in the district that I can't pronounce because of all the weird accents on the letters.
No need to be too accurate. We can just call it the Zuihao district.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go with that. Which finely architectured homes and villas, clearly the elite of the old. Well, he told you the Central Asian nations cooperative, but
It's corporate old money.
yeah, it appears to be, or at least like the elite of that crowd. You suspect that if people like who Zhangji particularly likes, or people who are particularly loyal to him, probably live here.
That would work.
Yeah, you guys. So you guys are going to the Three Lions pub.
Yep.
Okay.
See. So where do we enter, north or south?
Let's see. Well, which way did you? Which way do you want to have entered?
I already placed myself at the south.
Okay.
I'll
So,
assume he led us that way.
yeah, so this appears to be a throwback to the old British pubs of Earth, as well as Japanese izakaya, and merges both the mahogany and hardwood floor feel with the red lantern vibe of the Japanese sake shop. It's clearly busy. Amos, you notice in the crowd, you notice the face of the young woman who passed you the note.
Well, hey, there's that gal that handed me that note.
She sees you
What
and
do we-
approaches you.
What do we notice about this crowd? Like, what do the people look like? Like working class?
Yeah,
Middle
very
class?
working class. Some of them appear to be, because most of the other people you saw were very clearly of like Central Asian descent. At least the ones who were kind of higher up. Most of the kind of more working class folks were British or Japanese or some mix of the two. She says, "Oh, thank goodness you've arrived. Shepard will want to speak with you. If you wouldn't mind, I will take you to see him."
Who's that?
Okey-dokey.
Shepard?
Yeah, Shepard.
Rex.
Is he a commander? Is he
I
a
should
commander
go.
of some sort?
Well, I'll let him tell you. Well, bang, okay?
I was about to say that.
God.
Okay. So, she leads you up the stairs to the office. Where you find a dude. He looks relatively old, but but he definitely looks like he's seen some shit. He looks like a man of the people. Oh, I'm glad you were able to make it.
You, Shepard?
Well, bang, okay? Does that answer the question?
Okay.
I'm kidding, that's not what he says. He says, yes, the name's Stanley Shepard.
Is this your favorite bar on the Citadel?
It is my favorite bar on the Citadel.
Good to hear. I like a good bar. So, one of your associates, I guess, passed my team member a note. Something about not appearing as it, not seeming. What's the words I'm trying to say?
Things not appearing as
It'd
they
be
seem.
whack, yo. You just
It's
hear
weird,
Amos yell that from the back.
Things not seeming as they appear. There we go.
Yeah. Things not actually being as they seem, yes. Yes, I'm sure that you're particularly interesting to us because we know word passed through the grapevine of your mission, and you might represent a chance for a better life for everyone here than what we've been living under. We know that you've seen Zhangxi, and I'm sure. Let me guess. He told you that they were having a terrorist problem.
Yeah, something
I
about a
mean, you could
rebellion.
almost feel them air quotes.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't fall for his exaggerations, because I'll tell you the real story. Oh, whoops, I forgot to put the ambiance on loop. There we go.
Is that Shepard talking?
No, yeah, sure. Let's say that
Yeah,
He's like, I forgot to loop my playlist. Hold on.
yeah, you notice he's got AirPods in. Okay, so as you might know, that May Outpost used to be a Free World Empire Royal Marine outpost.
We were curious about that.
Well, let me tell you the real story. So, this colony survived the isolation pretty well, nicely enough. Then, around 30 years ago, the Chinese Asian Nations Collective arrived, fresh from the disaster at Kurzuk Colony, and they were begging for somewhere to settle. We gave them permission, but the relationship was never particularly friendly. Then, 10 years ago, the CANC took control. After a bit of struggle, a man named Colonel Zhang Shi, who was the leader of the Chinese Asian Nations Collective presence here, declared himself warlord of the newly formed Great Kenying Cooperative. Those few Royal Marines who survived long enough to surrender were ruthlessly murdered, while the rest fled into the wilderness to carry on the fight for justice. And while living conditions have improved, we can't forget the cost. We're living under a tyrant, and there have been kidnappings, murder. No doubt you saw the human sacrifices to keep these predators at bay. And so I stand here humbly asking you to help us. I'm sure that he's been trying to play you against the other new visitors to get you to serve his interests.
Yeah, we're not exactly aligned with the UPP.
The what? The what now? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that term.
Your other visitors. They're somewhat of a rival empire.
Ah, okay. Now,
I pipe up from the back. How familiar are you with the Old Earth history?
I mean, probably. I mean, I know up to 2100, but
Ever heard of
well,
the Red Star Union? I think it was
yeah.
some 1900s thing. I don't know the exact details, but that's essentially what I've heard it compared to.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. But, anyways, I am the leader of an underground resistance, the so-called terrorists, if you will. Amusing term to use for freedom fighters, but we have survivors of the Royal Marine massacre just waiting for the right chance to liberate the people and overthrow the warlord.
Okay. So you said Shang-Chi was a colonel before.
Yes, yes, he was the leader of the surviving military that came to us, and then upon their victory, he simply declared himself warlord, and that's how it's been for the past 10 years.
Colonel Shang-Chi. Huh. He doesn't happen to have any herbs and spices, does he?
I don't know. I've never met the man, and I'm sure that if I did, he would try to kill me, or at least have me killed.
Does he
But
enjoy fried chicken?
naturally,
Well, anyway, just a coincidence.
so if there's
But
anything
does
you can
it
provide
look
us,
like it's
if it's material support, political support, even just bodies to add to the fight, but this need not end in pure war. Sim- Everything I've seen, Brigadier Woe, his second in command, she does not want violence any more than we do. She seems more amenable to negotiations. But
well,
anyways,
what
before we
exactly
say
we're not exactly freedom fighters or soldiers.
well, if it helps, we have members across the city that can keep the cooperative guards busy for anything that you plan to do, if that helps.
We do have a contingent of 9 trained soldiers that we could leverage.
Oh, that would be most helpful. So, are you, if you're interested in helping, I think personally that the removal of Zhangxi itself would be sufficient to allow for things to become more peaceful because Brigadier Woe is particularly much more. She has honor and is reasonable. She does not have the same ruthless iron fist tendencies that Zhangxi does.
Okay. So we remove the number 1 in command, and you think the number 2 in command will be good enough to get you where you need to be.
It will avoid a lot of unnecessary bloodshed. The people are already riled up from years of mistreatment and abuse. If even without my command, they will rise up eventually, and in that time, there will be a lot of blood shed.
So, How do we go about taking out Shang-Chi? What do you guys think? You think we can sneak some kind of weapons into the warlord's hall?
I can sneak. I can help. Your ship is the Solovetsky Island, right?
Yeah, you saw it?
Yes,
Yes. Yep. Yeah, we saw it. If you need your weapons returned to you, I can have that. I can have that arranged.
I would like my flamethrower back.
And that would definitely be helpful to get our guns.
Okay.
Think maybe they could help us smuggle those tribal warriors to help us. Get them set up somewhere to cover us. So we can take out the colonel without getting our asses beat
You have
by
a
all of his guards.
well. We have enough forces that could provide a distraction to his guards. There are already many who are ready to start a riot, and there are enough of us that it would keep their forces occupied for some time. Definitely long enough to at least get that job done.
All right, and here's my last question. Do you think it would be enough to get Shang-Chi in custody, or do you think we need to eliminate him in order to get his second in command in control?
If he's in custody, he will still have control. He will simply his guards will eventually be able to break through to get him.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, I've got a silly idea.
Go ahead, Amos.
I mean, he's been doing this whole human sacrifice thing just to keep them weird, glowy creatures at bay, right?
I like where you're going with this.
And I mean, he's a human.
You know, that's a great idea. What could be better for morale?
Fireworks?
You know,
I mean,
Yeah.
there's probably going to be fireworks to this lead up.
Then I gotta
hey,
ask.
You know, a leader should always do, what he's asking his people to do. So, it's great. I like it.
Yeah, lead by example.
And that is when a young man rushes into the meeting, into the office, breathless. He takes a second. The guards are coming! What do you want to do? Go! Get out of here!
North exit.
All right, let's get out of here first.
Okay.
Is there a secret exit out of this place?
I'll say yes, there is if you manage to get down to the stores, there is a back, kind of a hidden panel behind a shelf that kind of takes you out behind the bar into an alley.
All right, let's go to the staircase on the far north side.
Okay. Yep. You guys hear everybody freeze. You are under arrest for suspected terrorist activity. Cooperate and you will not be harmed. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see that they have AK-47s and shock sticks. Someone make me a mobility roll. This is
I haven't had my chance to mess anything up yet. Ah. Oh well.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And then let me,
Oh, you're
This-
mad you got a success.
Well, I mean, if everything goes right, then what are you supposed to roleplay?
So you do manage to slip by, but you're seeing that they're basically taking basically every single person in the bar away in cuffs.
Yeah, we just crawl under the tables and on our
Yeah.
elbows and knees. So
Yeah, and Shepard actually follows you.
I was gonna say if they're taking him, then we might have to fight back because.
Don't worry, my people. We will free you. So, you guys managed to make
those
it out.
stores. I thought you meant these stores.
Oh, no, you guys would have. If it had been that, you guys definitely would have been caught.
And actually, that's towards the street corner, so that's wouldn't help us very much.
Yeah.
Because I assume it's a corner building.
Yeah, it's kind of a street. Yeah, it's like kind of the side of a. If you look like that street is kind of angled down, so it's like, yeah, it's a corner.
Okay, I thought the Three Lions was on the other side of that main road. Well, where were we gonna set up while they get our guns back for us?
How's the communication systems in this area looking as well? I might as well ask.
How's the what?
How's communications looking in this general area? What are we talking about for towers, hard lines, so on? I'm
There
assuming-
appears to be. Appears to be pretty solid infrastructure. By the way, does anybody have any sort of mechanical devices on their person?
Define mechanical.
Basically, anything like kind of electronic or anything like that that would be anything like anything that could be corroded. Yeah, anything that could be corroded that is like kind of not like tucked away in a pocket or anything like that.
I got a few things. I got a watch and a Seegson system diagnostic device. Though that's probably sitting in a pack somewhere or a briefcase.
Okay.
So I'd say the Smani series.
Yeah, roll me a single for all of those items. Roll me a single stress dice.
So does 1d6?
Yeah.
Alright, in general, what are we looking at? Briefcase. No trans. Including clothes?
Anything. It's only things that are corroded, like corrodable.
Okay, so metallics.
Basically, yeah. And if they're not like kind of exposed to the outside air, then you don't have to roll for them.
That include our body armor then?
if it's like a spacesuit or pressure suit, then yes.
What about the SB-90?
Oh, that's just regular body armor. It's not really metallic. It's mostly kind of like Kevlar. Okay.
Most body armor inlet is usually sealed, actually. If you're talking steel, it'll be sealed in some sort of anti-spalling or rubberized coating.
Yeah,
Or
so,
if it's not steel, it'll be ceramic and some sort of fiberglass equivalent. If it's hard armor. If it's soft armor, it's usually Kevlar. So,
yeah.
albeit
So,
Kevlar does degrade under moisture.
yeah. So luckily, none of you guys suffer any issues. But Stanley Shepard tells you he knows a place. He leads you through a bunch of old tunnels. And kind of back alleys around, avoiding any sort of like crowded areas or any of the kind of guard towers. And you guys emerge up here.
Say it again.
You emerge up here.
Daggum, that's a bit of a haul.
Yeah, so that's going to take you about half a shift. If you guys look up north,
That's where we're trying to get to in the first place, so...
yeah, you guys see Shepard explains specifically that this is where a lot of the fighting took place. And as you can see why it was called, why we still call it Execution Alley. You see, yeah, you see just like bodies lying on the ground, just like desiccated, just lying where they fell. They seem to be left here deliberately as a reminder of what happens when you go against the warlord. +1 stress level to everybody who saw.
There is no honor in how these people were killed.
No, they were very clearly these. Think of it like they were like basically put in front of a. They were kind of like just. They were like surrendering. They were kind of like standing up, and then they. And then they were just completely gunned down. Now, if you'll come with me, I know a place where we can hole up. He leads you to a disused sewage overflow pipe in the southeast. You see a ladder that goes down about 30 meters. He leads you down.
You guys ate a lot of corn.
I'm sorry, I thought you was corn. There's no power, but the air is good and warm.
Smells like Fritos in here.
Captain Snell, I would like you to meet the newest, our newest allies. You can see that she's wearing a beret, very classic Royal Marine Corps. and there are 5 Marines with her. Finally. So, is the go-ahead to, do we have go-ahead to proceed with the mission as planned? Shepard's gonna say, we have a new puzzle piece to factor in, but... So I think we need to hold off on that until then. But I do believe that the time has come to ensure that the warlord is deposed and a benevolent rule returned to May Outpost.
You guys got a name for this operation? I take that as a no.
Sorry, what? Oh, do you ask if there a name for this operation?
Yeah. I don't know if my voice is working that well in this right now.
You have actually been very quiet this session. Sorry for not saying earlier.
It's called Operation Kill Those Other New Guys.
Did that make it any better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Significantly.
I had my volume down though for some reason.
You're good.
Okay, so what is this new plan? We have people here who can help us directly get rid of Warlord Zhangji and those new visitors can wait. But
yeah, you don't want to deal with the UPP.
that's what they're called, yes. They are called the UPP, and we can wait to deal with them after. But now I think we can get rid of the warlord once and for all.
You know, to be honest, I think the UPP is going to provide weapons to the warlord, you know, and more appease him. You know, they're very very much in favor of a totalitarian rule, so I don't see any reason why they would side with you guys.
So then we should proceed with the assassination operation.
Makes the most sense to us.
Okay, Snow, the operation will proceed as planned. I will get the necessary distractions to allow this other party to depose Zhangji while you are off on your mission. Do not be seen. We don't want to give anything away.
Yep.
We want the least bloodshed, but no more blood than is absolutely necessary. She nods in affirmative. Okay, so now what is your plan? You said something about the sacrifice. I can only see one problem. if Brigadier Woe sees this occurring, she will, though she has honor, she will likely not allow she would likely be viciously opposed to an open sacrifice of the warlord, but should he be
Well,
killed?
see, that's 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 the thing. You disguise him before you put him up. I
Ah,
think, yeah, if you can get them the glasses with the fake mustache on it,
oh,
that should do it.
yes, we can make sure that is arranged, but we will need to capture him first and ensure that he draws the short straw at the prison. You may need to infiltrate the ranks and impersonate prison guards in order to do so.
And you guys good at acting?
It's going to be manipulation.
Oh, I'm good at acting.
This sounds like the most nonsensical set of dominoes I've heard in a long time.
It'll be fine.
I kind of prefer the more direct approach myself.
Personally, I agree with the direct. But really, this is the problem. The fact that this seems to be the only way we can do this without just storming the place.
I mean, he can.
I don't know, would it be...
Shepard said he can create enough of a distraction that you'd probably be able to get to the warlord alone, like, kind of get him alone.
Maybe someone should infiltrate to see if they can let us in easier or something, but...
Well,
I
if we're
think it
going to be
needs
doing that, why don't we capture both of them? Capture
Yeah, I guess
the...
we should let...
What is she, his sister?
She is just his first in command.
Capture his first in command. Just keep her away from it. We tie him up to the post, and if... I'm going to fully admit, this isn't very in character that I'm saying, but how much explosives do y'all have so we can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone?
I mean, I've got 2 boomsticks.
Do you think of 2 boomsticks is going to take out more than one of those things?
You saw what it did to that ship.
Maybe.
It was... Actually, no, Victor didn't.
Yeah, he was
Okay, wait,
just
It was having his hand melting off.
Yes.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Right. Well, just know that 1 boomstick's more than enough to take out a reactor and cause an even bigger explosion. So I think it should be more than enough to take out one of them things. But,
Awesome. We just
the
need to
problem is,
strap a reactor to him, too.
well,
I have an idea here. What if we take out Shang-Chi the old-fashioned way? You know, no chances taken, no risks. You know, we get him good, get him quick. And then we set up a decoy on the poles with the explosives for the sacrifice. We don't have to do a sacrifice. Set up some decoys. The monster things come up and we just blow them to hell.
I mean,
That would work.
Zhang-Chi be the
Maybe.
decoy?
I mean, I don't care what we do with him. He'll be dead by then, so.
Because, I mean, we don't know if these things need live food. Or
Type
what I'm
of-
assuming is food.
Piping over a question over to the rebel boss man. Hey, you guys got any POWs you need gotten rid of?
We unfortunately
I just
do.
kind of stand in shock as I realize that I just asked that.
Marty's
I'm
going on the
Thanks,
look
Jordan.
for sure.
We
I
do not
give
have
Victor a
the.
little
It,
punch
Thank
on the
you.
shoulder.
Yeah, we do not have any. We do not have the ability to take prisoners. And if we did.
Okay, so Operation Weekend at Bernie's is a go.
There we go. That's a name.
There's a name.
Perfect.
I'll give you the
Sure.
first story point of the campaign for that.
Yes.
That's like the 4th, actually.
Oh, of this campaign?
That's true. I have
Oh, of
one
this
from a joke earlier.
particular storyline on this planet, this is the first. Of this
Yeah, I have-
entire campaign,
I have one
Cheese
for the
alone
very
has gotten
first
2.
game.
Oh, right, yeah. So, anyways.
That's Amos's first story point.
Yep, just, yeah, because also remember, the only other way to get them is to complete your personal agendas. But, anyways. So, as a GM, I have to ask, what exactly are you going to do? Like, now?
So I think the plan is we go take out the warlord, disguise his dead body, and wire it up with explosives. So we use the dead body as the sacrifice.
Okay.
We need to add like motors and stuff to make his arms and legs flail around like he's struggling.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
So that
So-
thing
Let's
is alive.
just,
I mean, that's a good idea, Marty. I've got some.
we gotta get to that point first, though.
Yeah, so. You
I mean,
guys
all
want...
you need is a cattle prod and some copper wires, and you can get some muscles to spasm.
So
That only
first we
works
need
the
to
first few
break in and kill him.
Well, you're right. We shouldn't put the eggs before the basket.
Speaking of which,
I also need to get my gun back.
yeah, if you guys, if you want, you can rest here for a shift. Because it's been close to 16 hours since the last time you slept. And it's just now kind of getting to sort of the local nighttime.
Victor is very much going to want to sleep because he is coming to terms that apparently under sleep deprivation he starts suggesting war crimes.
Okay, so
It's like we're rubbing
Victor,
off on you, Victor.
When did they change the ICC protocol? You know, that doesn't sound like standard issue strategies to me.
Yeah, I kind of need to read the book again.
Sorry,
I'm
he just
gonna-
found the
Now,
he just found the section on murder hobos.
No, I'm just remembering. Okay, you see, back in college, I used to be part of an old war history club. Our whole thing was war crimes. That's all we talked about. I kind of realized, daggum, people were really screwed up. So that's why I joined the ICC.
I
Well-
think the Geneva Convention was prohibitions and not suggestions.
Yeah, that was my thought.
okay, so Geneva, I hardly know her.
Aha.
So, you guys sleep, and when you wake up, your weapons are in a pile in front of you.
That was easy.
It's convenient.
Yep, Shepard's like, I hope you appreciate this. Many Bothans died to get you these weapons.
What the hell's a bothan?
Look at Amos picking up his gear, smelling it. Oh, it definitely smells like Bothans.
So,
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
so, we are going to Operation Weekends at Bernie's. Is a go?
You're damn right.
Well then, allow me to lead you as close as we can. I will orchestrate the distraction.
This is gonna end up like a particular Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode.
Quite possibly. I guess we'll see. So, he leads you through...
They literally did what we're gonna try to do at the end.
Yeah,
With
there's
a dead body.
Yeah, we're gonna see, you guys are just shortly outside of the warlord's compound. Where Stanley says, I take my leave of you now. I must go and orchestrate the resistance to... in order to, well, get you the distraction you need to get to the warlord. And he disappears.
All right, good luck.
At this time, you guys actually see that vehicle from the intelligence HQ. It is starting to move, and it appears to be going this way.
I'm gonna radio back to the ship. You guys got an incoming UPP vessel. Be aware of it. I don't know if it's coming to our ship or not, but be prepared.
Affirmative, I see it. It is actually not, it's heading east.
Hmm.
Get the radio,
radio
to head
Shepard?
wideband.
Shepard,
Oh, if you can
Shepard
hit
here?
to him directly, then do it.
UPP vessel seems to be going to the old town.
I'll
Just be
alert my
aware.
people. They have not reported any presence, but my people are in pursuit.
It seems my third eye that's in orbit can tell they're about to go get murdered in the pyramid. Never mind.
We will have to take care of that pyramid at some point soon if we're to avoid having to make these gruesome sacrifices. I would humbly request your help in that as well, but let's get this done first.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
So, you guys, suddenly you start seeing the just explosions in the distance. It seems that multiple places are under attack. You can hear the sounds of just angry rioters. You can hear the sound of the AK-47s kind of firing and shock batons crushing into skulls as the guards desperately kind of mount their defense. You even see Captain Guantain giving her commands. You don't understand them because they're in Chinese, but they all appear pretty hard pressed.
All right, I think this is our chance.
Okay. So, make me a mobility roll.
Do you want this one, Victor, since I took the other one?
At this crucial moment, do you want me to fail to a panic? That is the question.
Are we all making mobility?
Didn't we rest, and shouldn't we?
Oh,
Yeah, you can.
yes,
Yeah.
I probably did. All stress or how much?
Reduce.
I'm gonna say all except for 2.
2 stress, cool.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
because
then I didn't
I'll
lose
try
any
it.
stress.
you guys are still in a not safe situation.
Hey, Marty got it.
Okay.
Go.
Nice. You have much better mobility than I do, anyhow.
All that rock climbing.
Yeah, if you need something plugged in, just tell me.
Okay. You guys are getting ready to climb over the fence. You hear someone shout in Chinese behind you. And you feel, Marty, you feel a series of, like, you hear a loud series of kind of pings as bullets just narrowly miss you as you're climbing up.
They're just ricocheting off the fence.
Yeah, and then they stop as whoever was shooting at you is just wrapped up in the fighting. Brigadier Woe, have you guys already climbed the fence?
Potentially.
Because you could
I'm
say
gonna
that's...
say we have.
Yeah.
Let's go with yes.
Yeah. Now, make me another mobility roll to get down, because it's a 5-meter tall stone wall. So you might have somebody with high mobility. If they get down, they can assist you.
I got
There's
It's gonna be
no
all of us.
mobility.
Okay.
There's no convenient dumpster full of foam, is there? Hay
Okay.
bale, potentially?
Yep. Everybody gets +1 mobility to their mobility check to...
I already made mine. But
Okay. Marty, roll me a panic.
Amos is literally just gonna backflip off the wall and land perfectly.
Okay.
Parkour.
Yep, Victor, yeah, so Marty and Victor... Okay. Victor, you're able to keep it together.
Oh, Marty, you gotta roll with stress.
Oh, I missed that. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, everybody, your stress level and everybody else's stress level increases by 1.
guess that makes sense since he actually got shot at.
Yeah. So,
Good point.
You notice as he trips and hits the ground, everyone freaks out a bit, but he falls on his back all right. No damage.
yeah.
Watch it, Marty. You're gonna end up with a second anus.
Tuck and roll, boys. Tuck and roll.
Yeah, so Brigadier Will comes out at this point. Are you guys see her kind of exiting. Do you guys try to hide?
Is
If
anyone
you have a
else
lot
with
of
her?
extra successes, we can probably hide.
Yeah, yeah. You can,
Say we could rush her and grab her too.
I'll say yes to both.
okay. So, because you guys are hiding, I'm gonna give, and also because of the chaos around, she's gonna get a -2 to her observation to detect you.
Yeah, I don't know if we
What are you
necessarily
doing back
want.
here? I thought you were on tour. Well, as you can
Oh,
see,
she's
there's.
lost.
Unfortunately, she's still got 2 successes.
So she
Serious.
sauce. Okay.
Actually, we can't see that.
Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, yeah. It's Yeah, I have that.
Plan B.
I thought you
Does
guys
she have a
were.
weapon drawn?
She does. She has her pistol, and then you also note that inbuilt into her armor is a wrist blade.
Is she aiming the gun at us?
No, she actually lowers the pistol, seeing you. Like she says, "As you can see, we've clearly got a situation. If you wouldn't mind staying here, I will shortly take care of it."
Yeah,
If
we
someone,
heard the explosions and ran back to the compound as fast as possible.
yeah, if you want to make me a manipulation roll to really help convince her that you didn't just escape your guards. Okay, that's
Yeah.
me.
We had a little incident with a traffic accident, and
Do you?
yeah, we ended up back here.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I heard about the traffic accident. Most unfortunate. Well,
Yeah, that big crowd and everything, it was hard to tell which way was which.
of course. Well, I'm glad that you did the honorable thing and returned instead of using the opportunity to slink away like cowards or some such nonsense. Just,
Yeah, lesser men might have gone to a pub and joined the opposition, but not us.
good. I'll be
Now,
quite
I
frank.
assume this.
Sorry, go ahead.
Continue.
She,
Finish along.
Sang-Shi's has just gotten the UPP to go and agree and investigate the pyramid for him. As much as I would normally fear for their safety, they're an honorless lot. Keep this just between us. And, I'll be glad to see them go once they're done. And she kind of runs out.
Now, all of that conversation happened. Did she notice that we were all packing storm rifles and flamethrowers and junk?
She was not really paying attention. She was at,
Those are obscured by the bushes.
Yep. Yeah,
and
It
the
was
grass
dark.
or whatever.
It was dark. She didn't have her glasses on.
Warlord
Yeah.
was holding them behind our backs, like in a cartoon.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
so, how are you guys gonna do this?
Do we
I
have...
mean, we could continue to sneak.
Where exactly are we now, anyway?
You're
Are we just
just
outside the warlords?
Yeah, you're just inside the compound, and you guys can see.
I mean, could we go in
Yeah.
the door she just walked out of?
Yeah, yeah, because it appears all the guards are kind of preoccupied. They'll still like if you guys will get a +1 to mobility to sneak past them. So.
I mean, is there another door in? Is there a back door?
It's like because it's basically it's a luxurious palace with gardens and pools, and there's a garden atelier where Sang-Shi holds courts, and you suspect that is where he is.
Is there a map of the compound we can switch to?
Unfortunately, there is not, because this was not a weirdly, this was not something that they that the I guess the developers of this campaign had figured out. So I'm just going to say that Yeah, there's it's like kind of one of those. It's got like a single entrance, but the guards are very distracted. They're kind of further away from that door than they otherwise would be.
Let's try to sneak in.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you'll get +1 to mobility on this one.
On all players or just one?
I'll say whoever has the highest mobility can kind of cover for the others.
Marty has 6 total.
Okay. Okay, you get 2 successes. You manage to kind of sneak past, and you find yourselves in the atelier. And Sengshi just seems to be looking over a map of the colony with like a hologram that's showing. It seems to be showing like live kind of feedback, or not feedback, but like kind of like the outcomes and like kind of what's going on, like where attacks are currently happening, and like kind of who's getting the upper hand and where. And he's like, Huangting, use explosives at Huanghu Square. Use flames, use fire, whatever. Just burn those bastards out of there. Start using flame units everywhere. There's too many of them. We can't rely on just force of arms alone.
I'm going to run up with my flamethrower raised.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of flames.
Okay, make me I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him an observation a chance, just in case. Okay. He does make it, so we're gonna draw initiative. Okay. You got 15.
And remember, I get to draw 2
Yep, and discard the
and
low.
pick the best.
Yep.
5.
Nice. Okay.
I got 20.
Okay. Let's see.
I got 22 and 30, so I'll take 22.
Okay. Whoops. Just a second. Sorry.
Ooh, Victor's eager.
Yeah, you just kind of notice you can't hear anything out of your left ear because I shot behind your shoulder.
Let me see what I got. Ooh. It's a good thing that he did, actually, because Fengshi got 11. So, Victor, it's actually your turn, because he swirls around as you say this, and he's like, what the hell?
Alright, now I need to remember how to do combat. One major action, one minor action, correct?
Yep, so like you could aim and shoot, for example.
Aim and shoot, that's what I'm doing.
Yep, and you're
And
at
what were
short
the rules
range,
for
so
that? I
no
don't have
penalties.
to.
It's just +2. So it's +2 to your range combat roll. Just use your weapon because it usually has any bonuses inbuilt.
Yep, I forgot. Alright, let's see.
Do you want to push that?
Can I push that?
Yep. Also, I think my
Don't use. Sorry,
okay,
not talking
nice,
to
you
you.
get 2 successes. I will be.
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, dang. Yep. So you
Yep.
freeze. Now, I need
He
to
didn't.
restart the API real quick. So
You forgot to take the safety off.
I'm actually gonna say it's something else. I just kind of hear him doing this, and talking about fire and so on. Remember a bit about myself in a previous scene. It's like, no, I ain't gonna deal with this. Feel resolve and all that sort of stuff, but when it comes down to the wire, just lock up.
okay. So for some reason the role listener didn't hear that one, so
That's actually very fitting, actually,
yeah. But
because
that is going to mean that you run out of ammo, so next turn you're going to have to reload. He actually he quick draw, or not quick draws technically because it's not, he doesn't have the talent, but
So is a freeze a failure of the action as well?
yeah, anything
10 or
10 or
over.
higher. So
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, your stress level and then everybody else's stress level increases by 1. So he is going to fire, I'm going to say, at Marty. He can't aim because he just threw the weapon, which was his fast action. Okay, so roll me armor, halved. Okay, you take 1 damage.
Okay.
Now, Marty, it is your turn.
I will aim and shoot my flamethrower.
Okay, go ahead.
What's the aim bonus?
+2. Roll me panic. Okay, you keep it together, but let me switch us to a more appropriate.
Yeah, that wasn't stress.
He's about to
That was
be,
the thrill of the fight.
Extra crispy.
Yes.
So, that you're putting that all into damage, I assume?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Oh yeah, also roll me 12d6.
And just to confirm, that's whatever the essentially equivalent of flammability is for his weapon?
Yeah, it's flame. It's
Which
the
is-
intensity of the fire.
Yeah, intensity 12, as you would know.
What's the
Yeah.
What's the command?
Oh, it's just /R 12d6.
Or
There's also the advanced
I
dice
missed the
roller.
space. That's what it was.
Okay, yeah. So you get another 2, so that's going to be a total
oh
of.
my god, that's
what is-
hilarious.
What's the damage on the default damage on the weapon?
It looks like 3 is the base damage.
Okay.
44 played the gun sound.
So that's 3,
Yes.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage. Let's see what happens. No successes on armor, so he takes 8 damage, which brings him down to -5.
I was about to say, hold on, wait a minute. How does he have 8 health?
Yeah, he is broken.
Just be a charred skeleton.
Well, he gets a critical injury, right? Or something.
He is just barely alive, just enough to like scream. He can't move. He can crawl, but like he's like, ah, like that, like a classic, like in an action movie, like flaming corpse, like run, like flailing, kind of. But like he's still on fire.
You were the chosen one, Anakin.
I hate you!
Fitting death for a cosmonaut. Let's go give him his open casket.
So, Amos, do you want to do anything?
Is there anything else for me to do?
He's still flailing around and screaming. If you wanted to like put him out of his misery or something.
I guess. I mean, he's gonna attract more guards with all that screaming. So, go.
Yeah, we
this
better
one
put him
of
out
his
if we're going to
misery.
use him as a convincing decoy.
Okay, so Amos, what do you want to do?
But are we putting him out of his misery?
If we let him burn too long, he'll be too crispy to move around with electronics.
Well, I mean, we were supposed to weekend at Bernie's. I'm not saying I almost fired him. I guess I'll go put it.
Yep.
Gonna go end that poor bastard.
Okay. So, how are you going to do it?
We're gonna do it like we did to the gators on the farm. One quick shot to the back of the head.
Okay, so you're going to do coup de grace?
Yep.
Okay, so make me an empathy roll. Straight empathy. Because you have to fail. Because it's your...
Ow!
That is a good question. Unlikely,
Actually,
but...
no.
And not only can you not kill him, you also panicked at the thought of it.
Wait, if he panics and gets over a 10, is that technically still a failure to count?
I'll say that that is a good question.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna actually go. I don't think that Amos would need to roll for that.
Oh,
especially because this is literally he's just gonna treat it like killing the gators on the farm for the meat.
Okay, just roll a panic roll, but I will allow you to do it.
Alright.
Okay, so you drop something. I'm gonna look at your inventory real quick and decide what you dropped. Let's see. Which weapon are you using?
I was gonna be using the EVA pistol.
Okay, so you use up a reload, so reduce that in your inventory. And
Okay.
I'm gonna say that you drop your storm rifle in such a way that you can tell that if this thing was fired without getting repaired, it would probably malfunction pretty disastrously. So it's going to need some repairs.
He dropped it on his still smoldering crutch.
Yeah. And it made a... Okay, so now we're out of combat because he is dead.
Oh man, I thought of a great joke, but it is offensive, so I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, so... You guys might want to get out of there. I will also allow somebody with, if you have, like, comms tech or heavy machinery or any other skill that you think you could make it, say, look like an accident, like some sort of malfunction, or, like, pin it on, like, you know, somebody else, if you want to.
I'm thinking Victor got shook out of whatever stupor he froze himself into back in combat and was able to do that. Comtech?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like you can make it look like an electrical thing. Okay, roll me panic. Aw, damn. Everybody's stress level increases by 1. And you are not able to, but you guys can get the fuck out of there. Somebody's gonna need to drag Victor, though, because he's like, you've never killed a man before. And this is a pretty insane way to kill a man. So
This is actually the first time I've been in actual human-on-human combat, haven't I?
Yeah. I mean...
This is perfectly fitting. I like this.
I didn't, Marty buy some nap relief earlier?
Did he?
I did.
Yeah, you can pass that out.
Remember he did.
But you'll have to wait until, like, you can't pass it out right now.
Okay.
Because you're in the middle of, you can hear the rush. Yeah, you can hear the guards coming.
Would you just say he shoved it down my throat and effects will take in next scene?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so you guys kind of run out of there.
Is there any time?
Anytime what? To...
Any time before
Before the
we can,
guards.
because I do have a good idea of how to hide this.
Okay, I'll give you 1 round.
Okay. So, I'm going to take my flare pistol. I'm going to put it on his body, and I'm going to make it look like the flare pistol malfunctioned, so he caught himself on fire.
Okay. That would... I think, do you have heavy machinery?
I will roll it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think... Yeah, it would be... Okay, roll me a... Oh. I'm gonna say... You drop the gun nearby, but... Like... You hear the guards, like, right at the threshold of the entrance, and you're like, oh, fuck! And... So you're seeking cover. In other words, you're seeking, you know, the best way out that won't get you caught by the guards.
So I need to add another stress now. Wait.
Am I conscious enough to take another stress?
I'm gonna say, because you this is the same turn that you were taking given your nap relief, so it does not affect you.
Cool.
So you guys get the hell out of there, and yep, you can still hear the sounds of kind of rioting. So what do you want to do?
Can we radio Shepard?
Yes.
Shepard, what's your status?
It's pretty fierce fighting out here. How's it going out over on your end?
The warlord's dead.
Perfect. Then I'll tell my people to start standing down. And you start hearing the kind of the sounds
Just
of
say Bernie failed the one chip challenge.
So, you guys hear the fighting starts to kind of die down, and where have you guys decided to like kind of take your kind of like once you've gotten out of the compound, where do you guys decide to take yourselves?
I figure like this beachfront area maybe might be a good place
Yeah.
to hide out.
Yep. Do you guys grab any of the rental beach equipment?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, beach
it is
balls.
pretty
Beach
expensive,
balls,
but
we got a net.
Yeah, there's a big
Sandcastle
volleyball
tails.
net.
We all take off our shirts and start playing volleyball with sunglasses on.
Yep. And are you guys going to take the napper leave?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
pass that out to everybody else.
Okay, so you see Brigadier Woe pass you, because now that the fighting's kind of died down, she can be like, "What are you doing?"
What?
Um,
It's a common stress relief on my planet. You know, shirtless volleyball.
Oh, I know what volleyball is. I thought you guys were supposed to remain at the compound. That's what I ordered.
Why? Someone told us to get the hell out of there. I don't know. I don't know who it was.
Okay, someone make me a manipulation roll. Okay.
we thought the compound wasn't the safest place to be, so we ran out here. Well, more like we thought we'd be in the way.
Okay, well, I'm not happy about it, but I must get back to the compound.
I like to imagine we have. Oh no, we left the body. Never mind.
Okay. Then you hear from the compound, "Oh my goodness!"
You guys think they found anything?
I mean, it's kind of hard not to find the crispy critter we left back there.
You see all of the collective guard forces kind of being recalled back, including Captain Guan Ting.
Maybe we should go negotiate talks between Shepard and Commander Woe.
That would be a good idea.
You guys might want to stash away your
Right.
weapons again, because if they see that you happen to be the only one with a giant flamethrower, they might get suspicious.
I'm gonna bury it under the sand.
Okay.
No. Even better. You take several surfboards and you just put it in the middle of that.
Okay. So, do you guys go to the compound, or...
Yeah.
I'm gonna radio to Shepard on the way and just let him know that we're going to negotiate with Commander Woe.
You just happened to get here just a few days ago. Everything was going fine. There was tension, but... And all of a sudden, we find Zhengxi burned to a crisp in his own compound. A bit suspicious, don't you think?
Let's look at the facts here. First of all, everything was not going fine for you guys. I just saw what happened at the pyramid last night, and also, we are not the only people who just arrived here. You also got these UPP guys that just showed up out of the blue. So, I don't think that your accusations necessarily are accurate.
I'm going to give you a +2 to this manipulation roll. You're right. Those UPP, they're a honorless lot.
I told you can't trust them. I mean, who knows?
Now,
And they appear to be undermining our mission here in the colonies, that's for sure.
yeah, and you know that the UPP is there is UPP with your colony, and that's why this is also sus, because they shouldn't have been able to get here before you, because they were with you, as far as you know. Like, in terms of like there were only the forces aboard the Great Mother Mission ship.
Yeah, they're equal parts in the Great Mother mission.
Yep. So,
Yeah,
well,
just sending out their own ships in advance. It's kind of a double agent activity, you know?
very dishonorable. Well, I guess command falls to me now. You have all been honorable, so I will trust that you are... You certainly seem better than they, but what are we going to do about this rebellion? Zhengxi's tactics clearly were not working.
You know, based on what I saw out in the city when we got separated from the group, I think they would be amenable to a compromise.
Well, I do believe that negotiation is the way to go, and Huan Ting is actually going to agree with you. She's going to say, yes, they do not seem just to want terror or anything beyond what they perceive as justice for their people. Negotiation may be the easiest way to mutually benefit from this unfortunate chain of events.
Sounds good to us.
So you guys gonna radio Shepard?
Not in front of her, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows that we're in contact with them already. I would assume that they would be able to set up their own rendezvous with him, you know.
I mean, they don't know who he is.
Well, maybe we should say, we want to go back and make sure we clean up all the trash we left on the beach.
What if I ask again in a very obvious way and loud voice, but with my comms open? My comms open, I say, so you say that you do want to negotiate with the rebellion.
I don't know why you're saying it so loud, but yes.
Whoever they may or may not be.
Yeah, wherever they may or may not be, if they would be so nice as to meet us outside the compound in a neutral ground, let's say the beachfront.
So That's great. I'm glad to hear that anybody that wants to meet with you and negotiate peace would meet at the beachfront. That's fantastic.
Hopefully, they will be there in 2 hours.
2
And
hours. Yeah, that sounds like a great time. I'm sure they'll be there.
maybe somebody could bring pizza too.
You hear Pizza Warlords is pretty good around here. They seem to be having a Warlord's Dead sale special.
A special on the meat lovers massacre.
Yeah, yeah, and it's specifically like wood fired, pizza oven. So it's fire
It's
baked.
like one of those sports things where if a certain thing happens in the game, then everybody in that region gets free pizza.
Yep.
They had a special where if the warlord happens to die, everybody gets free pizza.
Exactly. So we can time skip this, though you also hid your flamethrower at the beach. So you might want to...
I mean, I want to play this that we're all still shirtless.
Okay.
And we asked, like, hey, we left our, stuff back at the beach. Can we head there a little bit in advance?
I don't see why not.
My nips are getting a little chilly.
I can see that.
I'm still covered in tanning oil.
I can see you seeing that.
Be careful not to run into any glass. She smirks. Hopefully we will meet you there, and these negotiations will go well. So, time skip. You guys, I'm guessing, hide your flamethrower somewhere else.
Yes.
And Stanley Shepard...
It's literally taped to the underside of a surfboard that I'm carrying around.
And Snell and her Marines, who I'm not going to put on the map because there's only so much space, are there, as well as a couple of the kind of working class insurrectionists. Then Brigadier Woe and she has a dozen collective guards with her, and she's brought Lakota, who is like, these guys remind me of the UPP, but I'm glad they went to that pyramid or whatever, because it means they're not here. So Woe and Shepard are negotiating. So what is it you want? We simply want a better rule. We want fair rights for all. Snell says, well, I got what I wanted when you found Zhang Shi dead. After all, he executed all of my best friends. He was a good man. He may have been misguided sometimes, but there's a little bit of tension, but they seem to come to an agreement that the collective still maintains power, but Shepard and Snell will be kind of a triad, or not triad, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a triarch, kind of. Like they're all kind of representing different parties, kind of interests, so to speak. And that's going to be how they run things from now on. You guys
Why am I
remember...
wanting to say that's a confederacy?
Yeah, I would say... Yeah, I was thinking of like the Necron Triarch, but
That would work.
But yeah, like it's
Maybe,
basically
I was gonna say we should tell them that they can join the Great Mother mission contingent on letting us supervise them politically for a little while until we know everything is going how they say it's gonna go.
And no, it is not a confederation. A confederation requires multiple sovereign states.
well, as long as the power remains with us, the cooperative, then that is agreeable. But first, we need to find out what happened to the UPP contingent. Snell is going to say, I lost them, or they went to the pyramid on Sangshi's orders, so we saw them, but we weren't about to go in there. So then there's also the matter of the necessary sacrifice that that is coming up soon. After all, that is independent of whose rule. Those creatures will kill far more of us if we don't leave something out for them.
Well, in all likelihood, the UPP guys are dead.
What makes you say that? It's just an old pyramid.
We've met with enough nasty creatures, resembling the ones doing your human sacrifice thing. They're not to be trifled with.
Well then, any sort of joining of the Great Mother mission will be contingent upon that pyramid being, the threat being taken care of. But more immediate matters first, the sacrifice still must be made.
I have a question. Have you ever tried giving them a dead body?
They seem to prefer the living, but we have not tried that.
I mean, a couple of copper wires, little servos, some batteries, you'd make something dead look wiggly.
I'm gonna say one of you make a manipulation roll. It's not gonna be opposed, but
Okay, hold on.
okay, 2 successes. That actually is a good idea, but who would we use?
Well, has anybody around here died recently?
I can't think of anyone. Oh, right, that warlord guy. I think I used to know him. Woe says.
Samuel Thing or something, I don't know. You know, that guy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think his name was Chris P. Bacon.
Okay. They're gonna. Well, he did lead his people, and he wanted to ensure the best for the people, so it's only fitting that we use him to try and make things a little better around here. But we still need a second, so we will take one of the criminals who drew the short straws as usual. Do you guys want to time skip until the sacrifice?
Are we able to rate the explosive idea?
Yeah, that'll be a. I don't think that'll be a roll necessarily. I can't think of what skill it would be.
Well, if we were gonna, I could cut him open using my medical skills.
Yep,
So we
yep.
can police the charges. Not that we need to be that precise with cutting or anything.
Yeah, but yeah, I
We
would
do
say
it like the Joker and put it like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Put the bomb in his stomach.
all you manage to find is just like his inner organs are like desiccated from being, rapidly heated. He's like basically a big old piece of beef jerky. Except, even more burned than that.
But can we stuff explosives in the hole I made?
Yes. But they will be visible from the outside. At least a little bit.
Yeah, we'll just hide him with his shirt.
Okay, well, his shirt is completely burned, so you're gonna have to find another one.
No. Yeah.
Wait. Here. Ames is gonna come over with some duct tape.
Okay.
This ought to do it.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
dress him up real nice.
Okay, so you guys gonna skip forward?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna use some of the ranch dip from the pizza and wings and dab it on him like makeup.
Okay. It is evening. A crowd has gathered around the gallows. A second person is being dragged, kicking and screaming, to be hung up by the post alongside Zhangxi.
I like to think that Amos has his remote controller turned on and he's got the arms flailing.
Oh yeah, that would be a contact roll.
If Victor could set that up. He got it.
Oh, Amos got it. Redneck engineering.
Oh, that is impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably because I would be struggling quite a bit doing that from an ethical standpoint.
Two of the creatures begin their approach.
Just like the time that we set up that mock Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that Bayou Billy's was your best idea there, Amos.
Oh, come on now. The pirate ship with real skeletons? You can't tell me that was not impressive.
They begin their approach. They seem to be. One of them immediately grabs the living victim, and the other one seems unsure. It's kind of investigating the body. It doesn't. It seems like. Well, you're not sure if it's working.
Hey, Marty. Should we set it off now, or see if they take the bait?
How big is this explosion going to be if we set it off now? Like, what's the collateral?
Yeah, it's like looking him over, like right in his face. And now that you see it next to, like, standing full height next to a adult human being, you realize this thing is like 7 feet tall. Everybody take +1 stress level.
And I just mean, are we going to kill other people if we set it off now?
What is the radius? I doubt it, because this is, keep in mind the scale of this map. Like, they're probably, let me do the measurement. Snapping.
Yeah, the distance between the compound and the gallows is at least half a kilometer.
Yeah. So, the explosion would be powerful, but not that powerful.
Do it.
Alright. I will go ahead and do it. It's 9.
Yeah, what do you roll for setting off explosives?
Oh, it would just be the explosive power, like the explosive rating of the explosives that you put in the body. So just roll a d6 equal to that.
And thankfully, these things don't have dodge the same way like rogues in D&D do.
Well,
They sort of do.
there's
something
2
like this.
successes.
Unfortunately, the thing manages to jump out of the range of the explosion as it occurs. These things seem to have insanely fast reflexes.
It
And
literally has the thing. Of course it does.
Somebody's hungry.
Anyone here got an RPG?
okay. So, this thing is pissed. It ran half a kilometer towards you in a span of maybe half a second. So, this thing it's booking it, and it's coming
Was it
straight
on
for you.
rollerblades?
Yeah, it's fucking just leaping and bounding. It's like it's just roller skating. It's got sunglasses on. And, let me... All of you take +1 stress level.
Just be aware that thing's running at an 11th the escape velocity of Earth.
Yeah, they're fucking fast. I'd say maybe a full second. But
Okay.
they're inhumanly, like, ridiculously fast. Like, at least according to the lore that they'll traverse, like... Okay, so now let me just roll. Oh, whoops. Okay, let's see. So Cliff, or which one of you guys is closest to the gallows?
I would assume we were all standing in the same general
In-
area.
Okay.
In the scheme of being able to run almost half a kilometer or over half a kilometer in a second, we were all pretty much standing in the same spot, I would think.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. I'm gonna say that Amos, it goes for you.
That's fine. I mean, that thing just broke the sound barrier getting to us.
Oh boy.
Luckily,
It missed.
it missed. But all of you must make a stamina roll. As it's basically, you're like getting flashbang now that it's on you. That glow is like burning your retinas.
Well, it's also probably the bang of it breaking the sound barrier.
Yeah. Those of you who failed are temporarily blinded. And it quickly grabs just a screaming cooperative soldier on its way out and disappears into the lake. Mother of God, I've never seen those things actually attack before. That is... just... You can see the acid that missed you, just like... It's already eaten about, 12 inches into the concrete.
Damn.
I think they're a bit smarter than gators.
Well, shit.
We need to get rid of these things, somehow. Because they'll be back. Now that they know we've tried to fool them. Who knows how many people they'll kill.
I mean...
I hate to ask this of you, but... I need someone to go at least assess the situation in that pyramid and figure out what's going on.
You guys sure you don't just want, a new planet somewhere?
We need you to... It's almost like it's a higher order from something higher, a higher power than us, telling you
Will
to...
Yutani?
Even higher than that.
Yep.
Something like... VN? Something that rhymes with that. Suggesting you...
like some sort of ethereal master.
Something like that.
So, some sort of
So
train
another
worker
warlord?
trying to keep us on track.
Almost like that, but also, if you guys want to make your report to, Gaius, you can.
Well,
You just know that it's also in your mission contracts to investigate stuff like that, and failure to do so would result in forfeiture of all shares.
Well, that's other thing to consider is, do they have equipment we can borrow, or should we go buy
yeah. Well,
supplies before this?
Snell offers to join you, along with her marines.
You guys got any bigger guns than this? And Amos is gonna hold up his pistol.
We have the AK-47 that were awarded us.
Oh, nice. That'll work.
Yep. Yep, and you guys should have the AK-47s, but... Yeah.
If we gave those to our warriors.
Okay. Yeah, so I can tell you what the stats are on those, though.
It's kind of crappy. It's not armor piercing.
Yeah, it's basically... Yeah, it's, Give me a sec. Yeah, it is, bonus 0, damage 2, long range, full auto.
Do they have any grenades we could borrow? Or use?
They'll give you each a bandolier that has 2 HEDP grenades, which are like the standard fragmentation grenades.
How much do those weigh, though, I wonder?
That is going to be an encumbrance slot of 1. Or actually 1/2, because each of those is 1/4 each grenade, so...
This damn half-weight stuff.
Oh yeah, and enter AK-4047 with a hyphen, so AK-4047 if you're grabbing one. And they're short range. I'm trying to remember the default damage. I think it's just 1. Yeah, so...
And boom goes with Mike.
Yeah. You can use one of our Daihotai tractors to get yourself up there.
Alright, is everybody loaded up?
And those grenades weren't offered to everyone, right?
Oh, they were offered a bandolier to everyone.
How many's in a bandolier?
2.
Thank you. I will go with that.
Okay.
I'm already full up on other guns. Don't have any room.
Okay.
What was the weight on those, or do we care?
It's normally a half, but honestly, like, it's a bandolier with, like, grenades. I don't really see there being any real, like, encumbrance to basically just what amounts to a belt with... And grenades aren't that heavy. So...
In that case, I'll grab them.
Yeah. But...
They're gonna trade my shotgun for an AK. So at least I don't have armor halved with that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Is there any way that I can use the AK to fix my storm rifle?
Well, you could get somebody to do a heavy machinery roll, and it would take a turn of work to basically unjam or kind of fix the malfunctioning, to kind of basically take apart and like make sure that the rifle is working.
You know what? Amos is gonna do it himself.
Yeah, and it takes you just about like 2 minutes, where normally it would have taken a full turn.
It field strip it, clean it up, put it back together with his eyes closed.
Yep. Everybody around you is genuinely impressed. You would have made a wonderful Royal Marine. You would have made a wonderful Marine, son. Hannah tells you.
Marine? I was doing this when I was 3 years old. Grandpappy always said, "Know your rifle."
Impressive. So, are you guys gonna head off?
Seems like it.
Okay. Just a second.
I still got radio signal, right?
Yeah. So, I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Okay.
Villainies, that stupid xenomorph backflipped out of the explosion.
Just didn't hide it good enough.
Yeah.
Make sure this works right.
Oh, you need the dash between AK
That's
and
what I was
4047.
Ugh. Okay, I'm back. So, you guys go to the entrance of the pyramid.
If I may say, before we do that, on the way there, you notice me radioing in, and I want to ask, is there a... And I'm asking you as the GM. Is there any sort of children and orphans and widows fund currently regarding the Great Mother Project or whatever it is?
I'm gonna say yes. Basically, your outstanding pay will be given to your next of kin. Should you die in...
Sure. Let's go with that.
Okay. So, you guys gonna...
There you go, now it's working.
Yep, it just needs the hyphen. So, you guys, let me... Your tractor arrives next to and you guys can get down into the entrance pretty easily.
Can the tractor get into the entrance?
Let me... I'm gonna say... yes. So, do you want to keep driving?
Amos is gonna keep driving the big vehicle as long as he possibly can.
Okay. So,
We're just going to halo it and drive it as far into the hallways as possible until it physically can't go any farther.
yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you're heading down this spiral kind of causeway. You're noticing that
We're spinning down the shaft.
Yeah, you're noticing that the walls are just sheer, and the whole area is illuminated with an eerie blue glow that seems to come from nowhere. Just bright enough to see, but not bright enough to banish the shadows.
Some spooky shit we got going on.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And the extent of the armament on this thing is just being able to run over stuff, I assume.
Yeah, let me double check. Yep.
Sure, just like a farm tractor.
Yep.
Yep, exactly. So you guys continue down. Until you reach an area that is partially flooded to about a meter's depth. And this is as far as the vehicle can take you. Because also keep in mind that this thing, let me double check what the top speed is. I mean, it can move fast, but you imagine in a meter of water that would basically go to above the wheels? Probably not very far or very fast at all, if anything. It's kind of like,
Okay, so this thing's only like an 8-wheel Hummer.
yeah, it's like giving you a bit of trouble, but also you imagine because this is a hypersaline lake, that's probably not helping too much.
Probably not.
So, you guys get out of the tractor?
Yep.
I'm assuming that's required in this case.
Yeah, the vehicle isn't really helping at all. But
Are you stuck, Amos?
yeah, like you imagine you'd be able to get out, but like you're not going to be really able to maneuver in this like water that's probably about, because it's about a meter, so that's like maybe a little less than waist height for most of you. So kind of like, yeah, maybe like halfway or like a quarter of the way up your knee. And you taste salt in the air, and you note that sound is echoing a very, very long way when you speak. And
I will admit there is... Nope. Continue. Sorry.
it's not completely pitch black. You notice that faint, that eerie blue glow still coming from nowhere, but it's still quite dark and it's hard to make things out. So it's not complete pitch black darkness, but it is like trying to see in kind of relatively dim moonlight.
I'm gonna turn my shoulder lamp on then.
Okay, so
I still got mine, so I'll do the same.
okay, so do you guys look around the area?
Yep.
You notice on these two walls there are murals covered in glyphs. If someone wants to make me an observation roll with a -1.
I'll try since I got the light.
You make it. You're able to decipher them. And I will give you a handout.
They're oddly similar to ancient Sagundis.
You can read this crap, Cliff?
Yep, check the handouts and you'll see. I mean, you'll all see it. If someone wants to read the translation out, you can.
Someone else wants to read it.
And that one creation, alongside all other marvels, shall stand apart as our masterpiece to eclipse all masterpieces. Bar one, notwithstanding the grotesque feats upon which we have showered our brilliance. Listen to me, for in its singular substance the behemoth holds its own solemnity. A ring, but not a ring, A cylinder, but not a cylinder. To occupy its place, but not occupy it. To inhabit a place and yet inhabit another. To step through and achieve that traverse. To journey where we will. To journey at a whim. To journey against the protest of creation. This Lich Gate is the marvel of marvels. Except that which eludes us even now.
Seems to be hinting at the existence of something. Some sort of device that allows one to travel through vast amounts of space that make your... It basically seems like it would make your FTL drive seem like a child's toy. If what you're reading is accurate.
Like one of them port keys from Harry Potter?
Yeah. Or like a wormhole. Like a wormhole that you would actually be able to control. Like, you could cross 100,000 light years in...
So like a Stargate.
Effectively, yeah. It seems like that's what it's alluding to.
Just sounds like another nav computer got wiped to me.
Yeah, in the wrong hands, it might be very dangerous.
Well, I think it's already in the wrong hands.
Okay, so...
Where this gate points.
Yeah, also, you notice that there's a path leading down, further down, into a chamber below you.
I wonder where this goes.
Would that not be completely flooded?
It would, but...
Okay.
I don't bring any scuba gear.
I technically still have that rebreather, or am I not supposed to have that?
No, you have that.
That's
Okay.
all I have on me, too.
Yeah, so...
So, do we want to wander hundreds of meters in the dark through unidentified tunnels, or do we want to go deeper underground and underwater in pitch black in undefined tunnels?
Should we see what's around this area first? Down these hallways, corridors, around this circle?
That'd probably be a good idea.
Might as well.
Sure.
Yeah, so... Yeah, you imagine anything from this area, because this is, like, not just aliens, which are kind of... Like, alien animals are, no stranger to you guys, but this is, like, an alien civilization, and it's way older than yours, and you know that anything you got from down here that you could bring with you would be worth a small fortune. So, which way do you want to go first?
Well,
How about down this corridor towards this chamber?
Okay.
sounds good as any.
Sure.
It is colossal and has a vaulted ceiling, and it seems that sounds just are echoing off those vaulted ceilings to just roll around the whole space. It's odd, but it seems like the design almost was partially deliberate around that. around kind of resonation.
You guys see anything around in here?
It's all still filled, like thigh deep, like thigh depth of water. So, and it's still quite dark. So, if you guys want to make an observation roll, you can. Unless you have a flashlight, it's going to be at a -2.
I got a light, so I'll do one. Might as well. Flat or -1?
So you have a flashlight. I'm going to say that it's
Yes.
it's flat. Okay. Roll me, or wait to roll me panic. Or yeah, no, that's good. Okay, so yeah, you don't see anything here. Which is, given the environment, you find that kind of relieving in a way. This room seems not. It doesn't seem like there's any presences in this room that that want to eat you or kill you or do both at the same time.
Should we check one of the smaller chambers?
Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
One.
Sure.
All PCs make me an observation roll. Okay. Victor and Cliff, you guys notice strange shadows and noises. You're sure that you saw something, but you can't pinpoint what. Both of you gain +1 stress level.
Okay, so I don't roll panic then?
You still roll panic, but you gain +1 stress level as well. But you gain the stress level after you roll your panic. Okay. So you increase your stress level by 2, everybody else increases their stress level by 1.
Alrighty.
So just to confirm, we
Yeah,
are
see
not
that?
under the effects of his nervous twitch, right?
You guys are after he's had it, but like, yeah, so you both get your stress levels increased by 2. Everybody else, it's just by 1 because they didn't get this +1 stress for because they didn't see anything. But you two
Okay.
you two swear you saw something, but you just can't pinpoint what, and it really puts you on edge.
Can I ping my motion tracker?
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna do then.
Okay.
Do I just roll for power, I guess? Or...
Yeah. Okay. So you don't lose power because it's only on rolls of 1. So there's seems to be like very sporadic registers on your motion tracker.
Any direction in particular, or?
There are some coming from up here and here that that move a bit and then they cease, and then there's some that seems to be coming from the chamber below you.
Got potential movement here. It's like underneath us. Not a clean signal though.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's some more stuff down there, huh?
Got a feeling air currents down here are messing with this motion tracker.
Yeah, it could also be the corrosion in the air. Because like salt is electrically conductive, at least ionized. So it could be causing some foggy signal, but more likely, some of the signal is genuine at least.
And we never know if some of those UPP guys are still flinking around here.
Yeah, you did see a couple that moved and then kind of just stopped.
Well, if there's nothing up here, we might have to go down.
You guys can also check the chambers around you, the ovoid chambers, because yep.
That puts us near where the sound or
Yes.
motion tracker.
Yeah, some of the sounds were up here.
Would
Alright,
that
we
not
can
be
go.
a good sign to avoid in this case?
Oh yeah, Marty, you've regained your health back by this point.
We can go in weapons drawn.
I don't know how much weapons are going to help for something that can run the speed of sound. And can literally dodge explosions. You saw that thing.
It must
You
have
know what?
sniffed out
Sure,
the
let's just
explosive.
go do it. We're either gonna die when it catches us with our pants down, or we're gonna die going at it. It's not gonna make a difference.
It won't make any difference. Classic. I love it. Okay, so which chamber are you guys gonna go to?
Let's follow north into this one, and then we can go branch this
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Do we see anything in this chamber when we walk through?
This one. Yes. One of you does. Let me decide which one. Amos, you feel your knee smack into something. Something floating.
Alright, well, I'm gonna look down at it.
It is a dead body floating at the water.
There any identifiable marks on it?
You can tell that it is a UPP Cosmos Exploration, like a Cosmos Exploration like soldier.
Hey guys, there's found one of them UPP guys. He's
Another fellow explorer.
well, I wouldn't call him an explorer. I call him a floater.
Yep, he's wearing
Can
a
I-
spacesuit.
Can I roll for medical aid, see if I can identify what killed him?
You don't have to if you get a close enough look. You can see that
Yeah.
he looks like he's in his side. He looks like he's been vacuum packed inside his compression suit with all the air sucked from it. Like, and so you make me a panic roll, because it seems like something just like you can see a puncture mark in the suit.
Who's rolling that, Amos or me?
You, because you figure it. You see the. You get a closer look to see the cause of death.
So someone treated him like a Capri Sun.
Seems like it, yeah. Okay, everybody's stress levels increased by 1. Okay.
Darn it. I should have bought nap relief, damn it.
Oh well, live and learn. So you guys heading into this chamber?
Yeah.
I guess so,
Probably.
yeah.
Yep.
You find another dead body. This one also looks like it's been human Capri Sunned, but it looks more recent. Like maybe in the last 15, 30 minutes.
Well, that's not good.
You recall there was also movement coming from up here, though it's stopped now.
Oh, we might as well get closer to the murderous demon.
The thirsty murderous demon.
As you guys move about, you see the occasional hint of brighter bluish light. Sometimes further ahead, sometimes further behind. Accompanied with the sound of kind of sloshing of water as you don't hear footfalls obviously, but you hear like kind of the splashing just like you hear your own feet, but a little bit kind of deeper sounding. Anyways, let me here you guys find a man in a set of the same kind of body armor you guys are wearing. He seems to be in a bad way. You can see that acid has, or something like that, has eaten away at some of his armor, and he seems to be bleeding profusely from kind of the opening, the areas where his suit has been punctured.
Yeah.
How bad off is he?
He seems like, with medical intervention, you could probably get him back on his feet.
Can I do it without panicking, I wonder?
That's a good question.
Try and save him so he can tell us what happened.
Okay, roll me your panic.
God. Come on, Cliff, keep it together.
Or at least don't get a 10 plus. Oh! I'm gonna say you run off into a nearby chamber. But the man is still conscious. He's not broken, as you might say. He just seems like he's
Oh, I thought like he couldn't even like. If I knew he could still talk, I wouldn't have tried to do that.
But the fact that you did seems to brighten his his kind of disposition.
I'm just gonna look at him and say, "What happened here?"
Those creatures. We were here trying to get the warlord Zhangxi. He told us he would join UPP if we helped him discover what was here. All we found was death, some form or another. The worst were the demons. They glow blindingly bright when they want to. And if they don't drain you of all of your vital fluids, they take you down below, where, well, I don't really know what happens. None of us had the courage to keep going, but now I'm the only one of us left. I thought I was going to die in here, but at least now I'm not alone.
You hear a voice echo out of hiding. It's like the goddamn Cell Saga over here. You know, from Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
Now they're on they're on a letter past Z now, in alien time. So they've gone all the way back around, and so now it's Dragon Ball A. Yeah. So
How many of them do you think there are?
their numbers seem to be growing. There seem to be possibly a dozen, but Cliff, you see a strange glowing light just underneath the surface over here that suddenly goes out, followed by a sudden splash on the surface as something underneath moves.
Oh, well, that's not good.
No.
It's them. They've come back. Be on guard. They don't like fire, but they really don't like fire. But don't let them get their hands on you. That glow isn't just... It seems to be like a fire. Like, even just that touch is enough to cause horrible burns.
So can I try to run out of there?
You can at a mobility -1 for being in basically like water depth above you, all the way above your knees.
Well, that's probably my best option still.
Would me shooting wildly behind him as he ran towards us help at all?
I don't know.
I don't think you guys even know what's going on.
Probably not, but if you're scared running, I'm not entirely sure if I care what I'm shooting at.
Hey.
Nice.
Is it
And
opposed
no,
mobility though?
is it?
I don't know. If you don't tell me, I'm running.
So, no, you're good. So far.
Cool.
Ugh. I don't care
All of a sudden,
what.
you hear me running the room. Something's in the water back there. It's glowing. And it's
It's them!
alive.
It's them. They're here. We have to get out of here. I don't care what priceless treasure this place has. It's not worth this.
We have to get out of here. You. All we had to do was outrun you.
Please, don't leave me here
No.
to die.
Now, Cliff, that's just unsportsmanlike. Surely this man has something that he could give us to ensure his safety.
I can tell you information. You should beware. All is not as it seems on the Great Mother mission. If someone wants to, does anybody want to make a you can make a manipulation roll to potentially get him to tell you more, to elaborate.
What do you know?
Okay, roll me to panic. Okay, everybody's stress level increases by 1, but look, some of the colonists in Cryo may be more than they seem.
More.
I cannot.
Do you mean they've been... that the Great Mother Mission's been infiltrated? Have they been replaced? Or what does that mean?
There are those on the Great Mother mission who have colonists who may have ulterior motives, who may be serving different purpose or a different goal. So beware.
Alright, let's get back to our vehicle.
Okay. Everybody roll me mobility.
-1.
Oh, Marty, you scream.
Yeah, are we doing -1 or just regular?
-1.
Oh, and I forgot to add that stress. Not that it matters.
Well, they kind of all happen at the same time, so I imagine
Yeah.
you could add it after.
Okay, so let me see.
No success, but I didn't panic.
Good. I'm just gonna double check something real quick.
Fun.
Does that technically count as my panic roll, or do I need to make another panic roll?
No, you can make that. That's fine. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys run into the cavernous chamber, I'm guessing?
Yeah, sure. That'll work.
Yeah, that's the most direct route.
Well,
Like, in terms of straight line.
I'm gonna say Amos comes down here because of that seat cover.
Yeah. Okay. So. Oops.
I know what that music means.
Somebody, make me, or Cliff, do you want to try and use your motion tracker?
Sure, let's do it. Apparently the salty air is charging the battery.
Then,
Where's it coming from?
it's coming from those 3 directions.
Oh no.
Well, then we better run straight out. Well, I'm gonna
Someone
keep
wanna make
running
me
straight while yelling to Amos that there's one hot on his tail.
Someone want to make me an observation?
Since he did the motion tracker, I'll do that. Or do you
I
got
already
it?
did.
Oh, you're talking to him.
Okay. Well, you spot it, but it's already a little too late. It's gonna get a single free attack on you, and then... So, let's see. It spits acid, but misses. And that's...
Amos lives another day.
Okay, so what is the chances of 2 of those failing in the same game?
Yeah, I generally, for whatever reason, I have pretty bad luck.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to kill us.
Yes, that's
Well-
Machina.
I mean,
Technically,
he
it
is.
has speed of 2, so I guess it should get 2 attacks. Really. It might also be the RNG, could be broken. So I'm gonna try.
You say that, tell that to our wolves. It's all the same engine.
Ooh. So. This one did succeed. Okay, roll me armor. Okay, you take 2 damage as the acid begins to eat into your armor.
All right.
So, I'm gonna give you guys we're gonna grab initiative. I'm just gonna let me put
I got 4 and 8, so I'm gonna take 4.
Okay. You got 4. Marty, you got 29. Amos, you got 18. And I gotta get Okay. This one is going to come after you again. This one is going to go after, let's see. It's going to go after, Snell. This one is going to go after, Cliff. So I'm going to say that that is their movement. So Cliff, it's your turn. You are in engaged range with this damn thing.
So it's right on top of me.
Yeah.
That mean I can't shoot it?
You can, but it'll be on -3.
Ooh, that would not be good.
You can make a retreat roll, which is just a mobility. You can also just back off, but it'll get a free attack against you. Oh, engaged is actually -2, not. So technically, if you did aim, if you aimed, it would be a flat roll.
I had to deal with acid splash, probably.
Perhaps.
If I make the mobility roll, would I be able to shoot still?
Yeah, you'd be able to shoot, you just wouldn't be able to aim. I think. Let me double check.
Gotcha.
I think that's, let me see. Yeah, you can do that. Yep, so, yeah, it would be mobility, and then,
Alright, let's try mobility then. Am I at a -1 still, I guess?
I'm gonna say for this, no. Okay, roll me your panic.
Cotton balls.
Oh! You freeze. Everybody's stress level increases by 1. You're just paralyzed with fear of this thing. Victor is going to,
The other Victor.
Yep, the other Victor. Is going to, actually take out his pistol and aim and fire at the one engaged with you.
Cliff or Amos?
Cliff, because you tried to heal him. It's going to put 2 of those into damage and 1 of those into pushing it back. So you are no longer in engaged range.
Now this Victor's way better than the one we got.
Hey! Like, you're not wrong, but that's mean.
You didn't have to say it. Okay, so it's going to take, because this is base damage 2, so that would be 3, 4. 4 damage and push back. So it got 1 success on armor. So that's going to be 3 damage. And because you're not engaged in engaged range, it does not hit you with the acid splash. But you see the acid spill out and the water basically like starts to boil around as the blood kind of pours out of the bullet wounds. Now this one is actually going to jump past you. And it's going to make an attack against Victor. Oh boy.
Oh god, Victor's dead.
That is 3 damage. And you see as this thing grabs him, and it's like watching someone being exposed to like cobalt 60 or something, like, or just like some really intense radioactive material.
These things got Godzilla death rays.
But luckily, he doesn't continue to burn. This one is going to attack Snell. Well, she manages to avoid it. Oh wait, no, this isn't an attack that you can armor roll against, so never mind. Yeah, it's got her by the head. Well, it's got her by the neck, and then the other hand is draped over her head. And you can see it starting to try and, like, twist like it's trying to open a jar. Then finally, last but not least, the one attacking Cliff.
And that one already went.
No, that one went for a sneak attack. So...
No.
It did?
Cliff or Amos?
You're talking about Amos.
Yeah. Or not. Oh, yeah, you.
Yeah. The one that attacked Cliff is over here.
Yeah, this one
attacking
hasn't
you.
attacked
That's
yet.
Fine.
Yeah, this one... These two already attacked, so the only one that's left to attack is the one that's attacking you.
Yes.
So... You, roll me, yeah.
Armor?
Yeah, roll me armor. Okay. So you managed to avoid the radiation burns, but you're also under the effects... Or actually, that'll occur at your initiative, which is next. So first things first, You're gonna need me. I'm gonna need to roll. Let me check what the rating is on. Okay, 8d6. Okay, you're lucky. The acid does not continue to burn. It seems to have burned out. Now it's now you can act.
Okay. Am I in engaged or?
You're engaged. You're in engaged range.
Okay. Yeah, let me try and get out of engaged range.
Yep. So that'll be a mobility. Okay, roll me panic. You freeze.
Joy.
So that's your fast action. What do you want to do for your slow action?
Well, I lost my slow action
Oh right, yeah.
because I froze.
Oh right, yeah.
And also everyone else takes more stress.
Oof. Victor.
How
Are
well
we
can we see
technic-
you
What?
in the other chamber?
Yeah, are we technically within short range of him? Because
Actually,
each of
yeah,
these
you're right.
squares is 40 meters.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you're right. You wouldn't technically be within short range of him.
Because otherwise, my stress literally maxes out at that point. Alright. Now, do I do what I think would happen from an actual roleplay perspective or actually engaging combat?
That's up to you.
Well, it's probably going to happen the exact same regardless. I'm probably just going to panic. Since I saw this thing essentially jump over my shoulder to go at Cliff and then Victor, I'm going to shoot that one.
Okay.
And
Go
I
ahead.
assume I'm going to aim and shoot at the same time.
Yep. So that'll be a +2.
Oh, actually, it would have been flat because I had
Oh yeah, your agility.
the
thing.
tremor.
But I'm gonna say that does. You still get your.
But it's
2
not going to matter. For that reason.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that
Alright.
the other characters aren't paying attention. Which way do you flee?
I'm going to be counterproductive and say I go this way.
Okay.
Just because that's closest.
Yep, that makes sense. And then I believe it's 13 or higher that that you have to roll for a mental trauma at the end of the session. But Royal Marines,
No.
and there are 5 of them. So 2 of them are gonna fire at the one that is on their commander. Okay. That's 2 damage each at armor piercing. So. Okay, so it takes 3 damage. And then Snell takes an acid splash attack of first 2 + 8, so and then 1 of 96. Okay, so she only takes 1 damage. Then these two are going to aim at the one on, or actually, yeah, this one is going to aim at the one that's on Victor. Or, yeah, let's see. It is going to knock it away, and then put the rest into damage for a total of 5. Or no, 4 damage. Total of 4 damage, so... Oh yeah, everybody who panicked, remember that you'll have to reload your weapon for your next turn. If you're gonna... Okay, it takes 3 damage. This one does not look great. Then the last 2 are gonna make, they're gonna fire at the one engaged with Amos. So... They are at medium range, so it's going to be -1, but they're aiming, so it's going to be +1. Okay, one of them misses, but one of them hits and is going to use the additional success instead of extra damage to push the target back. And it is... gonna take 2 damage. Snell is going to, since she's engaged, let me see what her mobility is. Oh, yeah, she's gonna try and disengage. Oh yeah, she's fine. She just does like an epic combat roll. And she just 360 no-scopes this thing.
Okay.
So she's gonna put it all into damage now that she's out of range. So that's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Okay. Now let me remind myself of the...
That sounded like a miniature elephant.
It just fucking dies. She hit it in the head and its head explodes outward. And the acid like splashes around the chamber. Somehow the material that whoever used this pyramid to construct is acid proof, but like the rest of the acid just starts to boil the water around it as the corpse just falls. I'm gonna say that seeing just her basically nearly one-shot this thing is gonna give all of you in the chamber -2 stress. Because you've just seen that these things can be killed. then Marty, it's going to be you, and then we'll call it a night.
Marty's running after Amos.
Okay. Yep, so that'll be a fast action to get there.
And then he'll flamethrower this alien.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, at least no panic.
Nice.
Yep, so that's 2 base damage, right?
3.
Oh, 3 base damage. Okay, so... Okay, it takes 3 damage. Now roll me 12d6. Whoop.
Oh, yeah.
Takes another 2. Roll me a d6. Okay. Now, this one is severely wounded, like on the edge of death. And, so this is going to be the only one that can act at initiative 3. It seems like you've slowed this one down and pretty much crippled it. So I'm going to say Amos, Marty, you and Amos both -2 stress level. Because again, you've seen that these things are not immortal. Like
We high five as it burns to a crisp.
yeah, it's still burning, because, but, yeah, that's where we are going to end things for tonight.
Oh, but before that, I'm going to let people know, because I was scrolling through looking up stress. If we interact with our signature item, you can reduce your stress level by 1.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to suggest we do that before we end.
Can we do that if we're in the middle of...
Normally not, but considering how high stress is and how I personally don't like having stress consistently be so high that, like, it completely removes player agency, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm going to say, since Amos's signature item is his belt, he's going to rub his lucky belt buckle after seeing Marty toast this thing and feel better.
Yeah, so that's enough.
Feel
so
like
that's totally...
they're actually might be able to make it out.
Yeah, so that's total -3 stress. If the rest of you guys want to do the same thing, just tell me how you do it, and then we'll call it.
Yeah, Marty's got his wife's crushed wedding ring like on a necklace, and during the initial parts of the encounter, I guess he would have wrapped it around his wrist and had just had it in his hand.
Okay.
Like on his gun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Cliff has his vintage compass hooked onto his I guess his body armor he's wearing, and he holds it in his hand, or clutches it, I guess I should say.
Okay.
And it reminds him of exploring at home.
Yeah. Victor, do you want to
I'm gonna say he just keeps running, because I'm not entirely sure if he hasn't completely lost sight of why he's here.
Okay. Well, now, roll me... Now that we've officially ended the session... Combat is over for now. It'll resume immediately when we get back, but Victor, roll me an empathy roll. Don't worry about the stress. It won't count. Okay, so the stress successes don't count. So luckily, you do not develop a permanent mental trauma.
Well, good.
Yeah, because if you roll a panic result of 13 or higher in a game session, you have to make an empathy roll at the end of the session. If the roll succeeds, you develop a permanent mental trauma of some kind.
Crazy. That works.
Yep. So, we are going to end it there. I hope you guys had some fun. Got a couple of thrills in.
I mean, I was
Yep.
pretty sure that Amos was going to just die right there. But then, Marty came in clutch the second time with the flamethrower.
Yep. I mean,
I
and the
thought
Royal...
for sure
Sure.
I had hit panic or something.
Yeah, and the Royal Marines managed to push the thing away from you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was nice.
Yeah, it seems like the NPCs really helped out there.
Before we had them, I had considered seeing if we could bring our October colony contingent with us as
Oh, yeah.
backup.
I'm gonna have to figure out a reason why they're busy and can't answer the phone.
Oh, no, we had them helping the rebels.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So they were already predisposed helping the rebels.
Yep, exactly.
So they're busy dealing with them.
Okay. Well, that
It
is
was a lot of fun.
Yep. You guys came pretty close. Not quite, but very close. So, I hope you guys now feel like you can die.
Yep, that's definitely a feeling I think we all have now.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, if I hadn't let you take the Marines with you, you wouldn't have been able to use the flamethrower without also affecting Amos, because he would have still been engaged ranged.
I had to just shove him under the water.
Then again, I also probably would have used fewer xenomorphs if you guys had nobody with you. I probably would have used maybe one, probably two. But yeah. So I hope you guys are looking forward to the conclusion of this next week.
I am.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Oh yeah. I am hoping that Amos gets to survive.
Me too.
Yeah, you got two people in that room. You should be fine.
Yeah. At the very least, I mean, you guys really showed that thing, who was boss. It does not seem like it really... It seems like it's deciding whether or not to attack you or call it kind of call the whole thing off. So, yeah, I'll stop the stream there.